There you go. You hear me now? I did mute my mic like a dumbass. Hadn't realized I had it muted. Okay, so just a quick recap because, alright, so I have to go talk to Kindly Chang about some party I have to go crash. I gotta go talk to Maximum Law. He's got something for me. And this quest that I just picked up, I have to plant some information. I'm basically gonna try to start a war, or not a war, but a fight between two opposing people, the Red Dragon and Knight Errant. So I'm supposed to plant some data and steal a prototype weapon that I can either sell or keep. It's a laser weapon. Pew pew! I might keep it. So I have also attached a map of your extraction route from the building. During the facility's expansion in 2052, Ares Asia was forced to extend their foundations deeper into the island. They drove piles through the former site of the central MTR station, which partially collapsed during the Dalu Bay earthquake of 2044. Practically, this means that you can exit through the basement directly onto the new MTR line through Central. With any luck, you can be gone without anyone knowing how. Unfortunately, this route is heavily alarmed, so you can be forced to go in the front door, or so you will be forced to go in the front door. If you can con the front desk, you should have no problems. The facility is both an office and a residence, so strange people coming and going at odd hours is not unusual. If you're not up to fast talk, however, be prepared to shoot your way in. Yeah, basically, extraction route, you have to plan ahead and to pull out in time. Yeah. I wonder how many times I'm gonna die in this one. Ugh, this quest sounds like it's gonna be a freaking pain in the ass. So not only do I have to plant some freaking info, steal a fucking prototype laser, but I have to go out the back door, but it's heavily armed, so I have to go in the front door, and either way I'm going to be fighting my way in and fighting my way out. Yay. Sounds like that'll be fun. Alright. Steel Arm Lou sends his regards, bids you good fortune and plentiful ammunition, the dramatic get. Don't die, Zilly! Our arrangement has been very profitable so far, and I would hate to lose that. Don't die. Alright, restaurant job. Oh, shut up, wired nerd. One of the things I've learned over the years is that even the rich and powerful have annoyances, thorns in their side, if you will. No one is without troubles. The rich just have different ways of solving them. Yeah, I know, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die 1,000 times. The client for this run has grown tired of one particular thorn in his side. Cheong Sing Rooster Lolo is Lo. Whoa. Wow. Lo is a red pole for one of the smaller triads here in Hong Kong, the 289s or the Easy Money Gang. If you prefer, despite the 289's small stature, Lo's illegal activities have managed to damage the client's profits. Mr. Johnson would like you to help him show Lo the error of his ways. Lo takes an evening every few months to dine at the Shangri-La restaurant in Aberdeen. If you aren't aware, the Shangri-La is an elite establishment serving primarily corporate clientele from Wexing Incorporated. Because of this, it's not unusual for diners to bring bodyguards or assistants with them. In Lo's case, he brings a particularly brutish enforcer known as the Talon, and undoubtedly feels well protected. You are going to prove just how wrong he is in this regard. Great. You are to kidnap Rooster Lowe. So long as he is alive and in relative good health, all options are on the table. While keeping the run quiet would make things easier for Mr. Johnson, no one will shed too many tears over a few dead triad thugs. The client has arranged an exit via boat. So long as you can get Lowe from the interior to the restaurant's dock, the client will handle everything else. One second. Okay, so we gotta kidnap this guy. Yay. Alright, by the time you've arrived at Shangri-La, the boat to get you out there will be waiting. Let's see. Claim payment. 1,700. Alright. Let us level up our peoples. Level up ourselves. Okay, Gobet. The rat shaman. See, territoriality. Gain rat totem, destroy spirit. Gobet's rat totem invocation. Oops. Does 99 damage to any hostile spirit. The spell can only be used on spirits. Or we steal a spirit. Gobet's rat totem invocation can steal control of spirits that have been summoned by enemy shamans. Note that only one spirit can be under control until rank 5. Spirit control, whereas increases to 2. We'll just destroy them. Destroy them. You are a pro at kidnapping. You put your children to sleep all the time. Man, I wish. Alright, Duncan. Oh, I like how he's the security specialist. Alright, lethal force. Gain ability mercy kill or crowd control. Let's see, Duncan gains an assault rifle ability that has a 99% chance to hit an enemy who has less than 25% HP remaining. Or subdue. Duncan's subdue ability has its cooldown reduced from 3 rounds to 2 rounds. Oh, let's just kill it. And Isabel, which we will be taking her. Oh my god, I'm never buying another Shadowrunner again. Hi, Pat! Alright, so we have Sabotage, which we gain Steady Shot. Isabel gains a pistol ability that increases accuracy by 30% and critical chance by a small amount for 1 shot. Or Espionage, mark target. Integrated tactical computer marks weak points in an opponent's armor. Isabel's mark ability now reduces the target's armor by 1. Ooh, let's do that one. I think that covers it. Yep, that covers it. Confirm all. Alright, so we did that. Now we're gonna do my 10 measly karmas. Okay, wired nerd. Now, yeah, I know the feeling, Pat. Wired nerd, you are going to help me with this damn build. Mister, you don't know how to play a street samurai. So, do I focus on body, quickness, or strength? Since I'm melee, I'm going to assume body and strength. I'm probably quickness last. Because I do like the fact that quickness has dodge. But since I'm melee, strength should probably be my go-to. I'm not even gonna bother with the throwing weapons. So I'm thinking focusing more on close combat and melee weapons. Close combat, so I can get an additional weapon slot. And melee weapons critical damage percentage visible. So let's see. Let's do that. Let's see what's for. Close combat Overwatch. And then this one gives me... Oops, gotta do this one. Pummel Strike does additional AP damage, but not HP damage. So that would break... Or no, AP is the action point, so that's less actions they can do per round. So that would be handy. And might as well just put the 2 extra points into unarmed. Because we never know when we're going to have to go fisticuffs with someone. Alright, and then we're going to put our character to sleep. We're going to euthanize her for a moment. You wake with a start. Once again, you're tangled in your sheets, drenched in sweat. Your throat feels like it's on fire. Fire! You can't remember what your dreams were about, not precisely, but again you feel that yearning sensation, the emptiness in your gut and in your chest. Your head throbbing, you heave yourself out of bed. Oh, I thought I was gonna puke. That would have been gross. Gross, gross, gross. Alright, so we're gonna go visit Maximum Law first. Let's see what he's got for us. And then we're gonna go find some freaking vendors. Where the hell is this douchebag? Not here. Reliable Matthew. Gin. Well, that's not it. Maximum law. Where are you? Is he up here? I wish there was like a freaking map. Is there a map? There's no map. Glaring orc. Ah, here he is. We'll go meander with those people down there in a minute. Yo, Zilly, come back to the welcome back to the palace. You got anything interesting to tell me today? He looks at the heap of wearable computers, PDAs, and chip decks on his nearby workbench. Cause I got nothing but fixing hair curlers and debugging old ladies' PDAs. I swear I'm gonna die of boredom. Let's see. Looks like you've got some dangerously exposed wires over there. I'm here for tech. Show me what you've got. I've got some metadata for you. Let's go with that one. Yo, tell me what you've got. The network runs on information. The recent heist at the Emperor's Tomb Museum, the one on construction, had a specific target. Books. Let's do that one. Really? Indeed, there was some sort of ancient texts, probably sorcerers, and awakened monsters had invaded the tomb. Whoa, are you serious? That's nuts! Law slaps his thigh for emphasis. Boom! More proof for my theory. The Kong is done. I give it 2 years tops before demons or something eat everybody. Let's see what I got for you. Grab a program. Here's my surplus stack. Check this shit out. Take Sniffer level 1. Take Decrypt level 1. Take Medic level 1. Take Killjoy level 1. Let's take Medic. Alright, let's see. Got some metadata for you. Let's see what else we can tell. We wrecked the feng shui at Wuxing Sky Tower. Subtly, but effectively. Huh, what? Law waves his finger around his ear as if to signal. Are you crazy? All that geomancy, feng shui, ancient sorcerer stuff. It's a bunch of drivel. It's all... His voice rises in mockery. Ooh, we proactively boosted our quarterly outcomes by mindfully onlining our beige cushions into a little circle and mooning each other. Oh, that's so funny. Spare me, yo. Okay, we full on trashed Sky Tower's top floor. We got blood and gunfire all over the feng shui. How's that for you? The penthouse level is probably still burning. Let's go with that one. Boom, that's what I'm talking about. Stone cold thrash fest. He breathes a big sigh of relief and exhilaration. Why didn't you just tell me that? I guess you just had to build up to it. Let's see what I got for you. Alright, take Sniffer. I don't know what any of these things do. Take Sniffer level 1, take Decrypt level 1, take Killjoy level 1. Hi, Barbie G998. Thanks for joining. Sniffer, Decrypt, or Killjoy. I have no clue what any of that stuff does, except for the medic, because that's probably... Those are for hacking. Okay. So... which one should I take, then, Mr. Know-It-All? And hacking, that's the Decker's job, right? If I remember correctly. What's the Sniffer do? I'm always thinking like sniff my... Oops. Well, I guess I'll find out. Let's see. Looks like you've got some dangerously exposed wires over there. Yo, what are you, my mother? Those wires are fine where they are. High and dry. Okay. Let's see about some tech. Sniffer increases your chances to hit. Oh, that'd be great for Isabel. let's see what we have. Very expensive stuff, I tell you, and I only have 2,920 new yen. We have a Fuji Virtuix. Adds 10s when hacking blocker IC. Sony CTY 360, an entry-level deck adopted by Shadowrun. Oh, so these must have been the stuff I got for free. Okay. Ooh, Killjoy. Does -2 AP to a single target. Nice. Alright. Alright, let's go visit the other... Well, let's just go hit this glaring orc. We're gonna whack him. Not really. A diminutive female orc regards you with a sharp, challenging look. The fierceness of her expression contrasts starkly with her sweet, rounded face and neat bob. She flexes her cyber fists. She fires off a rapid fire, a reproach in a thick Filipino accent. Why are you staring like that? Didn't anybody teach you manners? She plants her face on her leather-clad hips and juts her chin out at you. Sorry. She blinks or her jaw unclenches. It's alright. I can tell you're a newcomer. I just feel a little protective of my part of town. The orc looks you up and down. Finally, with the gruff nod, she introduces herself. I'm Rosario Ignacio, or to the members of my community, Cherry Pink. Interesting. I specialize in transport missions and nanny services. Okay. And I occasionally Shadowrun for walking around money. I can also fry up a mean batch of lumpia. What the hell is that? But you can't have any unless I like you. How do you go from babysitting to running the shadows? Well, I used to take care of the children of a waxing bigwig up in the peak. Turned out she was siphoning corporate funds to support both a gambling addiction and extravagant lifestyle. She got sloppy, and I stumbled across some pretty damning documents as I was tidying the house. I couldn't unsee them, much as I wished it, and I started to fear for my life. She was growing desperate, erratic, so I ran. Let's see, what's happened to the Philippines that you can't go back? You didn't run too far. Why not leave Hong Kong? How'd you get your cyberware? Let's talk about something else. How do you get your cyberware? There's always been a large community of Filipinos in the shadows. I reached out, they all pitched in to set me up as a Shadowrunner. Now whenever I land a good gig, I give most of my earnings away, giving back to the community. I don't get why you have to give away your hard-earned money, surely your debt's paid. Do you have any regrets about leaving your old life behind? Let's not be a dick. She looks away suddenly, her eyes moistening. I'm not sentimental about my old post, if that's what you mean. The orc takes a big breath and continues. But on Sundays, my only day off, I used to go and sit with the other nannies and housekeepers. We bring pieces of cardboard so we could sit on the ground in the shade under bridges. We gossip, eat lumpia and rice cake. Nothing special. Yeah, ran so far away, right? But I don't belong to that world anymore. I couldn't risk word getting back to my old employer. I miss my old friends, though. Why didn't you leave Hong Kong? I couldn't go back to Manila because of those JIS scumbags. But there's always been a large community of Filipinos in the shadows. I sought them out. Well, apparently I gotta ask what happened back in the Philippines. The Japanese imperial state happened. Supposedly, they've been in charge there for decades. I was just a little girl when they sent their Imperial Marines in. They destroyed my old neighborhood. I don't remember the events, but I still dream of fire to this day. How'd you get out? Half my family fled to the mountains. The other half left the country and eventually scattered all over the globe. I didn't grow up close to anyone but my parents, who are gone now. What's the political situation like? Like I care. Any chance of contacting the family members who stayed in the Philippines? The orc bites her lip. The country's caught up in a struggle between the Japanese and Huck resistance. Nationalists and anarchists backed by the dragon Masaru. I couldn't just waltz in and look for family. Besides, they could be barricaded in caves, avoiding JIS forces for all I know. Alright. Well, is this chick gonna give me a quest or anything? Let's see. Filipinos are resilient people. I think the Huck will triumph eventually, and if I've got a Filipino community around me, I'm good. Thanks for talking about it anyway. Not many people care enough to bother. Yeah, I'm gonna go now. We'll talk to her later. She talks too much. Where was that, one per- oh, right here. Let's take a look at the wares. Distant storms foretold. A katana. Close combat. And key casting 5. So not for me. Aw, Ardent Phoenix. That looks pretty fucking cool. I need key casting 3 for that one. This requires close combat 5. Same. Alright, so I own the machete. It's damage 3, so let's get the katana. I own the street monk outfit. Let's get the kunai ninja suit. Yeah. Manifest. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to take key casting in order for me to do this. Alright, so that's gonna be next. Let's go with those for now. Put that there. I have a low-end, all-purpose shotgun. Should probably find a better shotgun. Let's see. Oh, crap. That's right. Looks like that's it for now. So I got better armor and a slightly better sword. So now it looks like I'm gonna have to start putting points into key casting. Fun times. We are gonna do that Wampoa quest. That was the last one. Yep. The Wampoa Garden to discover who's killing the elders. We're gonna do that first. Alright, we are taking Isabel, we're taking Duncan, and we're taking Gabette. No more other people. Burn. So now they will die and you won't. Yeah, you know, like, I guess I could probably buy them things. Maybe. I wish they made it easier to deal with your lackeys. But I'm gonna get all the expensive stuff first. Trickle down gear. That's what we'll call it. Yeah, see, I can't even outfit because all their shit's locked anyway. Give that to Duncan. Let's see, she's already got spell 2. We'll give her that. Yeah, I can't upgrade her gear. That's locked. That's blarky. Alright, so we got to meet with the elders. The streets of Whampoa Garden are slick with rain, glittering under the neon glow of myriad signs and holographic displays. The sky reflects the same glow, painting the white apartment blocks the sickly orange of sodium streetlights. The smell of grilling meat mingles with other rare scents, ozone, engine oil, and high-tech fabrication facilities. Despite the hour, there are plenty of people out and about. You can hear the calls of street vendors and touts urging people into their stores. Isabel wrinkles her nose, scowling darkly. She wraps her arms tightly around her chest, staring off into the distance. Is there a word for feeling nostalgic for a place you can't wait to leave again? I don't miss this place, but I miss the feelings I had when I lived here. Not that I know of, or Sudad, maybe? I don't know how you pronounce that. Isabel shakes her head. No, that's not it. It's close, but she lets the sentence trail off into nothingness, clamping her mouth shut for a moment. Isabel sighs heavily. This place seemed like heaven after the whaled city, like the whole world had unfurled in front of me, and anywhere I turned there was the promise of a good life. Turned out this place was just as crappy as everywhere else. Everyone was still in it for themselves. Gabet claps a hand on Isabel's shoulder, who flinches and pulls away. That's a great life lesson I'm serious. At the end of the day, life's a raw deal. You've got yourself and a handful of friends, and that's it, nothing else. Duncan cast a sidelong glance at Isabel and Gabet, shaking his head. You got some strange ideas about life. Sure, life's a meat grinder, but come on, there's gotta be more to life than just surviving. Does there? What makes you the authority on that? Isabel waves a dismissive hand. I'm done talking about this anyway. Isabel turns toward you and points down the street to your left. We're looking for the Whampoan elders. They're going to be in the Whampoa itself. That's the big ship down the street. I've seen the pictures. It looks like a yacht. That's the mall shaped like a boat, right? Huh. Isabel nods, lips pursed. That's the one. Somebody thought it would be clever to make a uniquely shaped mall. Let's try not to die. Oh, well, that's easy. We just go over here. We're going to talk to the elder. NG. The orc woman is festooned with small circuits, tiny Trid screens and speakers. The Trid screens display snippets of Trid broadcasts from every corner of the world. The tiny speakers play counterpoint with a susurrus of voices speaking Spiritual, Punjabi, Kazakh, and other languages. Her expression is haggard, and she fidgets with her fingers as you approach. Welcome. Welcome to the Wempoa, my friend. I am Elder NG. I am not even going to try to pronounce it the way I think that should be pronounced. And these are Elders Tang and Ip. NG gestures to the elf and human, who each incline their heads respectfully. Thank you so much for answering our request to help, or for help. We had nowhere else to run. It's the least I can do. Under Tang's skin, glowing tattoos wreathe and change shape. Tigers become cranes and move on to dragons. Ooh, I want tattoos like that. We're under threat. One by one, we elders are being hunted by some monster. As you may have noticed when you arrived, there's been another killing just tonight. Well, I didn't notice any dead things, but whatever. Ip crosses his solid chrome arms. Holographic readouts dance constantly over their surface, displaying diagnostic information about their state, operating temperature, server pressure, and a variety of other crap. He looks past you towards Isabel. The prodigal daughter, daughter returned once more. I didn't expect to see you back aboard the Wampoa in my lifetime, Isabel. When you disappeared, Elder Yatunde was very put out. Oh, so Isabel is from here. I'm glad you're still alive. When you chose to walk your own path, I was disappointed, but I still understood why you had to leave. Ip pauses, tasting the air as he chooses his next words with care. I hope my lessons have helped you prosper. Didn't expect to be back either. Work takes you places, though. Isabel shrugs. A moment later, she places a hand on her pistol, eyes trained on the Ip's shoes. I don't cart this around for fun, Ip. The lessons kept me alive. Isabel blinks several times and then looks up at NG, her expression clouded. Where is Yatunde anyway? I expected her to be here. NG shakes her head sadly. She reaches out a hand toward Isabel, who shrinks away from it. She's dead. So are gone and Nakamura. Whatever. And Tong was killed just tonight. So much blood. You have to stop this from continuing. Isabel's expression remains impassive, but her knuckles grow white as her hands ball up into fists. That's what we're here for. We'll stop the killings. Or they'll kill us too. Thank you, Isabel. NG lifts a hand, wiping away tears from her eyes. I'm kind of wondering if this is like a little community of like narcissistic people, and that's why Isabel is just like so distant from everyone. Have you made any enemies lately? NG shrugs helplessly. Not that I can think of. We keep to ourselves. We buy and sell technology. We're not mercenaries or criminals. We're merchants and deckers. And even if someone was cheated in a deal, this kind of response is unthinkable. Whatever did this, it wasn't human. The violence and savagery, it's a monster, whatever it is. Plenty of metahumans are monsters too, NG. Just because it's horrible doesn't mean it's supernatural. What can you tell me about the murders? They started 2 weeks ago. The first to go was gone. We found him in his apartment, eviscerated. And she swallows, grimacing at the painful memory. He'd been torn apart. His head had been ripped completely off, and most of his skin flayed away. There was so much blood, it took us a week to clean out his apartment. Must not have been a tidy guy. Tang nods, running his palm over his forehead. The rest have been the same. Always at night, always dismembered. Each scene is like a nightmare. And every time nobody has seen anything, it's like a ghost. What happened to Tong? The same thing that happened to the rest of the victims. Evisceration and dismemberment. We sent a guard to keep people out of a shop, but he'll let you in. When did he die? Sometime early tonight. He locked up his shop, but Ip stopped by to ask him about some skill chips he had. The door was unlocked, and inside NG lifts her head helplessly. She opens her mouth, but no words come out. Seeing NG's inability to continue, Ip takes over. Inside looked like a bad horror sim, just like all the other murders. It had to have happened after sundown because I saw his shop was open when I was on my way to get some noodles for dinner. Why didn't you call the police? The Hong Kong police force isn't welcome here. They've tried to force us out several times before, or come hunting for someone to pin a crime on. We do a lot of favors for local gangs and triads, handle their matrix security, fix up their gear, and make sure they have access to the Hong Kong Shadowlands hub. We're too valuable a resource for them to lose, so they protect us when the HKPF or anyone else decides we're an easy target. They handle our physical security, and we make sure to send the message via the matrix. The last time the HKPF made trouble, we started airing the assistant chief's dirty laundry over the TRID. They got the picture and backed off. What do the Womp-Bowen elders do? They make the rules and kick people out who don't obey them. They're a bunch of petty tyrants, that's what. Wow, she's fierce. You're being unfair, Isabel. Our laws are for the good of the community. The greater good. We keep the Wampoa and its residents safe. We review trade agreements with outsiders to see if they're good for the community. We provide a guiding vision, like a town council. I can respect that. Rules are made to be broken. People are really weird. Whatever. I'm glad you understand. This community is fragile and the authorities bear us a lot of ill will. A single misstep would spell our end. I am the invoker of sprites. I commune with the spirits of machines, ask them for blessings, and pass those blessings on to the people here. I heal the sick and ensure the feng shui of our habitats is as good as it can be. You know, I am so sick and tired of feng shui now. Given our confines. She's a shaman, that's all. She just got some kooky spin on it. She claims her totem is some kind of all-encompassing machine god that lives in circuitry. Ancient gods and ancestors are one thing. My deck, it's mine. I built it. The only spirits that's got in there are the ESPs I loaded up with. NG gives Isabel a look of deep sadness. Just because you cannot see or touch a thing does not mean that it does not exist. Just because you do not believe in it does not mean it does not protect you from afar. I can't touch programs either, but at least I can prove they have an effect on the physical world. Your superstitions are just that. Bullshit. Isabel glances at you, jerking a thumb toward Tang. This guy treats drones like they're living things. What exactly do you do, Tang? Tang extends his arms, palms up. As you watch the tattoos therein shift into a complex mathematical formula. I am the first and glorious servo. I study patterns, repair machinery, and teach others how to attune themselves to the wonders of automation. The blessed Autofab is my shop and purview where we make the drones we use and sell. As for me, I serve as the resplendent voltage spike. That means I shoot people who try to screw with us. It's a fancy title for head of security. Right, that's all for now. It might be wise to ask the residents of Wampoa Garden if they've seen or heard anything. After you've gone to Tong's Sensory Carnival, they may have seen or heard things we have not. Alright, so we go this way. And we go this way. The elders don't want anyone to go inside without their permission. It must be pretty bad in there. Oh, okay. So, Porter Lamb at your service. The elders told me that you'd be coming. They tell you what happened to Tong? Just the basics. Well, nothing's basic about this. I've seen people shot, stabbed, beaten to death. Hell, I've even seen a corpse that was so dry and desiccated I could have sworn a vampire got to it. None of that's got anything on this. Brace yourself and go in. Ooh. I'm kind of excited to see what's in there. Aw. I can't scroll over there just yet. All I see is this big blood stain. Tong's Sensory Carnival looks like a scene out of a B-grade slasher sim. The cloying scent of incense hangs thick and pungent in the air, emanating from the small shrine in the corner of the shop. Unfortunately, it does nothing to cover up the reek of death and clotted blood. Despite the ragged remnants of Elder Tong littering the floor, the rest of the shop appears to be in good order, at least at first glance. Nothing is broken, tipped over, or otherwise ransacked. As you're about to step further into the room, you glance at the ceiling and walls. The blood from Tong's body isn't just confined to where his remains lie. Drying blood is spread about the walls and ceiling as well. That is a lot of blood for a person. So let us zoom in here. Wow. So here's his body, and yeah, he was chopped up into itty bitty bits. Pleasant. Tong's body is a ruined mess. Ruined! Like a summoner, they ruin everything. The destroyed ruin of his face is barely recognizable, and what is left of his body would be best described as savage. Ooh, savage. All of his limbs have been torn off, and a pile of flayed skin lies next to the remnants of the wampoon. Where is the pile of flayed skin? I didn't see that here. I see an arm, His skin looks like it's still on. I mean, he's wearing pants and a shirt. Maybe that's his leg. I don't know. The wampoon's clothing has all but been reduced to rags and tissue by cuts and tears, apparently sustained during the flailing. Haha. At this point, the only thing holding what's left of his body into a semblance of human form is the hair-thin fiber optics of his cyberware. So basically the only thing keeping this guy, quote-unquote, together is the cyberware. Gabette puts a hand over her mouth, speaking in an uncharacteristically serious tone. Sweet heavens, Zilly, my name sounds so weird in a serious situation. He was disarmed, then killed, yeah. Well, at least one arm. I'm not sure if this is an arm or a leg. I guess it could be a leg because it matches his pants. So I don't know where his other arm went. Sweet heavens, Zilly. I haven't seen anything like that since Auntie Wong tried to slash some cred sticks in a devil rat's nest. Or stash. I can't read. It takes a lot to turn my stomach, but we sure have a winner today. This is seriously messed up. I'll second that. This isn't a murder. This is more like, I don't know, a feeding frenzy. If it weren't for the skin, I'd say Tong stepped on a goddamn mine or something. Alright, so if we had Biotech 3, we could examine the body. If we had Spellcasting or Conjuring, we could have used Astral Perception to assess the body. So we will have Gabette do it. You're the boss. Man, this is going to be unpleasant. Gabette closes her eyes, taking a deep breath. After a moment, she opens them again and makes a strange grunting noise. Maybe there was a super hot puzzle he got stumped. Oh my god, Spores. That's terrible. Oh. There's no fear here, Zilly. No anger either. Just this kind of satisfied feeling. Tong never saw it coming, and whoever did it was professional about it. Which is pretty odd because nobody's professional about eviscerating a body as far as I know. You think it was a hit, or you mean the murder wasn't some kind of animal attack? Well, probably a hit. I don't know why the killer was after Tong, but it definitely wasn't any kind of mindless creature or even someone particularly passionate. It was somebody who planned this and executed it and was glad about it. I don't know. It kind of feels like it was just business as usual. So, same options that we don't have. So, we're just gonna go. Alright, we're gonna look at the bloody wall. The walls are covered in splattered and smeared blood, most of which has hardened into a crusty congealed paste. Thick tracks of it run laterally. It looks like the blood has been deliberately smeared. Hey Zilly, I don't know a whole lot about science or all that, but I know what blood looks like when it hits a wall. This isn't natural. Somebody deliberately smeared blood all over these walls. See how it looks like it's got paint trails? That's because someone used Tong's parts like a brush. So they painted his walls with blood. Why? And more than likely used his body parts. Do I look like a psychologist to you? Maybe because they're a freak. Maybe they're one of those 6 serial killers that sees their murders as art. I got no clue. All I know is what No More Blood looks like on a wall, and this ain't it. Some people have a bad grasp of art. I knew this guy in Kwantung who used to make music out of stray radio static and panic button calls. Called it Crisis Wave. It was awful. Oh, you know, that kind of reminds me of Ross Geller from Friends when he had that 80s keyboard with all the synthetics and stuff, and all the helicopter sounds and whatnot. And that shit was terrible. But it made Phoebe jealous because she thought that he was some sort of musical mastermind. I missed that show. Alright, doesn't look like there's anything else in here, I don't think. Nothing's popping up. Nope. So we're gonna go through the door and see what's behind the door. Ooh, lots of things. Alright, we're gonna check the desk safe. Tong's desk drawers are open and the safe that's built into one side has been opened. There's no sign of tampering and the green light next to the word unlocked is blinking. Whoever opened the safe did it with the key fob. Inside are several blank cred sticks but no sign of any with money on them. Looks like someone looted his stash. A guy like this wouldn't keep only empty cred sticks in his safe. Let's go check the SimSense editor. This is Yamaha 95000 V SimSynth, a device for mixing and mastering SimSense chips. Several drive bays are empty and all of the chip jacks are empty. The screen is flashing a repeated error message. Warning, request of files cannot be found. Please return drives to bay and try again. Let's have Isabel do it. Isabel rattles out some commands on the SimSense keyboard, stepping away for a few seconds with a look of satisfaction on her face. There. I put the drive warning on suspend. It's in diagnostic mode only. Though maybe we'll learn something, maybe not. Yamaha Sim OS 5.23 system diagnostics check. Memory, okay. Drive, error. Assist bus, okay. Beginning corn dump, please wait. It's taking a poop. The long debug spew that scrolls along the synth screen is filled with numbers indicating recent files, play links, keyframes, and assist peak levels. Based on the numbers you're seeing, Tong's SimSynth has been hacked to remove the peak controller levels from the chips he's been burning. The required operation to make BTL chips. Bacon, tomato, lettuce? Now I'm kind of hungry. The delta wave outputs for these chips push them dangerously into brain-burning territory. The file catalog for the high-peak bacon, tomato, lettuces indicates all the files and burned chips should be stored on the missing drives and whatever was in the empty chip jacks. Somebody cleaned out Tong's bacon, tomato, lettuce stash. They were really hungry, apparently. I think I saw, yep. Search the bathroom. Tong's bathroom is immaculate and drains are tiny. Whatever killed him didn't exit through here. Aw. Well, and that's about it then. I don't see anything else. We checked his body. Checked the wall. Checked the Simpsons editor. Checked the desk safe. And it won't let us go into the bathroom. So out we go. So what's next? Alright, it looks like somebody went through Tong's things. Has anyone else been inside? Not since I've been here, but before Ip found him, could have been anyone really. Ip had a key to his place, but the lock's total crap. Anybody half decent at cracking mag locks could have gotten inside. What's missing? BTLs, hard drives, and crest sticks are all missing. Sounds like the killer looted his place to me. All this talk of monsters, yeah, sure. There are scary things that go bump in the night, but most of the scary bumps I hear are from handguns and gangers. Alright. Let's go talk to Zippy. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day. This orc is busily snacking on a steamed bun. As you approach, he wipes off one of his hands and sticks it out towards you. Hey stranger, nice to see you. Zippy Toe Tag at your service. How are you liking Wampoa Garden? I'm Zilly. Nice to meet you, Zippy. It's like our names match. Zilly, Zippy. Nice to meet you too. Listen, I know it's a little forward of me to just say hello and whatnot, but I'm interested in giving you a hand if I can. Zippy gestures expansively at the squalid, neon-lit streets of Wampoa Garden. This is my home, at least for the time being, and I'd like to stop these killings. Well, it looks like we're not the only one. We've never met before this, but I know exactly who you are. You're my replacement. The elders had me autopsy what was left of Elder Gong and Elder Nakamura after they got ripped apart, but I didn't want to dig any deeper. So since I don't know you, and I can smell a Shadowrunner a mile away, you've got to be the outsider they asked to stop the killings, right? Zippy tilts his head back, obviously pleased at his amateur deduction. Nothing gets by you, does it? See? I have good eyes. He's got good eyes. A lot of good eyes, actually. If you're in the market for replacements, only slightly used, they only come from certified donors, I swear. What? A hearty belly laugh erupts from the orc, and he slaps one of... Oh, so he's joking about selling eyeballs in the black market? That's gross. With jokes like that, are you kidding me? Yeah, Mr. Comedian over here. I'm one of the only trained surgeons around here. I keep the other Rampoans healthy. Gotta practice down the road. Blind Cheng's a pretty good cyber doc, but he's basically an implant specialist, and that's it. How'd you end up here? I did my residency back in the UCAS. Could have become a real MD too if things hadn't gone south for unrelated reasons. Zippy opens his coat, revealing a cyber deck. He pats it proudly. I also deck a little, but I'm better at slicing skin than IC. Wampoa Garden seemed like a good fit for me. Alright, let's see. What can you tell me about the elders? Well, they're an eclectic bunch, that's for sure. Where to start? I already think that it's Mr. Tang. NG's the spiritual leader here. She's the voice of the Wampoans, I guess. A lot of her close friends are really more of followers, since she's something of a priest for the machine spirits. Maybe it's a cultural thing for people who grew up here, but it's never called to me. Still, she makes a damn fine pot of tea. Ip's the muscle and has an encyclopedic knowledge of cyber and Bioware. Definitely a good guy to have watching your back. Not too friendly, but you know how it is. You get a lot of cyber, people start wondering if you'll tear their arms off. He's got moves straight out of Blood Carnival 3, The Reckoning. Terrible movie, but great fight choreography. That was also the guy with the tattoos. What about Tang? I don't know much about him, but I think he's got some kind of fetish for automation. Found him cooing over some trids of automated delivery drones in a warehouse once. He works for drones, has a shop called the Blessed Autofab. He was raving about the efficiency of the movement patterns or something. You already know about Tong, ransoms, BTLs, skill chips. Gang used to be a city planner before he had a nervous breakdown and got involved in statistical analysis. Nakamura came from Fukuoka and was interested in entertainment, trade mostly. Spent a lot of time analyzing subliminals and ads. Then there was Magpie. She was the chief decker, hot as hell against IC and built her own hardware. Salty old woman, though. Never met anyone who was quite as shrill or nasty when she was mad. And she was mad most of the time. Wait, nobody mentioned Magpie to me. When did she die? She didn't. Maybe a month ago she just up and disappeared. I went to her shop one day and she just wasn't open. Nobody's seen her since. Kind of a pain in the ass too. She owed me some new analyzed software she picked up. I've never heard of Magpie either. She must be one of the newer Wampoans. If she was the Decker, she would have replaced Elder Gao. No surprise there. Gao was older than Kin, Terracotta Warriors. When I was learning decking from him, he could barely get out of bed. Still fast as hell in the Matrix, though. How can you be new and an elder? It's a stupid name. It doesn't actually have much to do with time spent in the community. That has something to do with it, sure, but it's mostly about how skilled you are, how good your connections are, and how much you can help everybody else. Should have called them experts or something. Bingo. That's exactly it. She was only here for about 3 years, but she knew a lot of people all over the Matrix, in Shanghai, in Beijing, all kinds of places. That plus her skill meant she was a shoo-in when Gao died. Why would she disappear? No idea. One day she was here, the next, poof. At first I thought she was just on vacation since she had mentioned wanting to go see the Kingdom of Hawaii someday. But I didn't feel right. She would have at least told me she was leaving. It seems mighty suspicious to me. Nobody else seems to care what happened to her, probably because she pissed them all off so bad. A little odd for her to just disappear, don't you think? Of course it's odd. She owed me lunch too, and she was the sort who paid her debts promptly. You might want to check out her shop. It's all locked up, but the other elders have a spare key. Couldn't hurt to look around, and even though Magpie was always butting heads with the other elders, they wouldn't have any reason to not let you in. What did they argue about? Magpie and the others never saw eye to eye. She was contrary for the sake of it. Most of the rest had a grand vision for what they wanted this neighborhood to become. Magpie just wanted to deck. She was only an elder because they needed someone with her matrix chops. That last big argument was between her, NG, Ip, and Nakamura. It was over something relatively trivial. I think Nakamura wanted to expand the pirate trade business into the Matrix, and she just absolutely refused. Why? She said something about not using a valuable bandwidth for trivial entertainment bullshit. Huh? Kinda sounds like our house. Anyway, it went from there into this rant about how she wasn't going to let Tang expand his drone business any further because it would get too much megacorp attention. They accused her of blocking them just because she could, which is probably true. Lots of screaming. What do you mean, blocking them? Everybody needs her matrix skills for their businesses to run properly. because she saw the third Matrix movie and decided that was enough. Yeah, that pretty much was enough. Everybody needs her matrix skills for their businesses to run properly. There are other deckers, me, say, or Mo, but she had the infrastructure. If their project didn't interest her, she wouldn't even give them the time of day. She's a real hardhead about having her time wasted, but she figures if she's not interested in something, it has no value objectively. Kind of a major blind spot if you ask me. Could you let me in her shop? No can do, not because I don't want to, but because I don't have the key. Alright. Let's see if we can go grab a freaking key. Alright. Ooh, yep, go get a key. So I guess we just go back over here. Alright, why didn't you tell me about Elder Magpie disappearing? You're hiding things from me, you old hag. Why would we have? Her departure from the Wampoans isn't related to your investigation. It happened before the killings began. I'm certain she's just off sulking somewhere. No doubt she'll come waltzing back next month, all full of attitude that life dared to go on without asking her permission. Someone's a little bit bitter. If she does, we'll welcome her back, despite our problems with her behavior. Her skills make her extremely valuable. I've taken over maintenance for our Matrix infrastructure in her absence, but I'm nowhere near her level. Aki, I thought you were in Hong Kong, not Barcelona. The best I can do is ensure nothing breaks down until she returns. Alright. Give me her damn key. Yes, but there's a lot of sensitive equipment in there, including our community servers. We don't let anyone who's not one of the Wampoan elders in there. Why would you need to look around? Listen, you wanted me to find a killer, so blah blah. Woohoo! We got the key! Alright. Just don't break anything or shut the servers off. Whatever. I'll do what I want. I do what I want. I'll do what I want. Can't stop me. Whoops. Alright. So we're gonna go here. The jackpot. If only we could win a jackpot. Holy shit, man. There's a lot of crap to go through. Alright, we got a display case. Open server, Magpie's desk, and search the bathroom. We're just going to start from the closest to the furthest. This bin is full of assorted chips, peripherals, and add-on modules for cyberdecks. They don't seem to be arranged in any coherent fashion and are spread across the surface. Search through the bin. You sift through the display case, searching for anything that might prove interesting. Isabel peers past you into the bin as you search. That's interesting. There's a lot of storage memory, I/O handlers, and active memory in this bin. I'm not seeing any MPCP hardware, response increase chips, or anything relating to the hot shit decking Magpie was supposed to be into. In fact, you couldn't even build a full deck with this. Without the MPCP, it'd just be a glorified comlink. So maybe Magpie was not who she said she was. Well, if I had to guess, I'd say somebody's cleaned her out. MPCP response, increased biofeedback filters, and all that. They're easy to move, expensive, and highly illegal. All the rest of this crap is good, but it's nothing you couldn't pick up at any electronics shop. You'd have to know what you're looking for, though. Only a good decker would know what they're seeing. Could Magpie have taken them with her? Isabel gestures towards one of the other displays. A pair of small cyberdecks sit inside the locked case. I guess so, but if she did that, why would she leave the completed cyberdecks? No, I think this was theft. Interesting. Maybe somebody wiped out Magpie. The front of the server's case hangs open, the inner machinery quiet and without power. With a name like Magpie, she must like shiny things or baked goods. Oh. Yeah. How about baked goods? She could have made apple pies. A clipboard is stuck to the side by a piece of duct tape. Its paper is filled with a long list of programs and their prices. A quick glance over the program sheets reveals names like Bugs, 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 and Black Hammer. Undoubtedly, this was Magpie's attack program storage machine. Somebody's removed the drives, and it sure wasn't Magpie. Here, look. Isabel gestures to the innards of the open server. Near the back, a solitary red light blinks. The main drives were disconnected properly, but it looks like she modded the server to have a backup drive with its own battery-based power supply. If it was Magpie, she would have taken that too. Crap! This is a Fuji XB1000, and it looks like the battery ran out a while ago. The XB1000s are constant write drives. They're dirt cheap and have a ton of capacity, but if they run out of power, they lose their data. We're not going to be able to get anything off the drive. Well, that sucks. Alright, let's go look at her disk. Magpie's desk is the kind of messy most people only associate with rats' nests, hoarders, and deckers. The surface of the desk is littered with cigarette butts, half-finished cans of soy cough, and scraps of electronics. A towering pile of empty instant noodle bowls sits next to it. Their sides are blazoned with Honest Wings instant old-time lawmen and depict a line of top hat wearing caterpillars dancing with canes. Hey, awesome! I didn't think anybody but me liked Honest Wings noodles. Flavor like you've never tasted a package of instant noodles, I promise. Gobbet taps the side of one container. See? This one's cheese curry broccoli. I don't know why it never caught on, honestly. Duncan shoots you a sidelong glance, mumbling soda Fauché, whatever. Gee, who could pass up the delicious taste of cheese, curry, and freeze-dried vegetables? Gobbet seems oblivious to Duncan's sarcasm. I know, right? People out here have no idea what kind of culinary delights they're missing. Let's search the desk. What piece of shit drives? Well, I mean, everything has been destroyed or stolen. So, you gingerly root around in the desk, doing your best to avoid the more disgusting piles and spills. It isn't easy. The desk drawers are stuffed overflowing with receipts, cigarette packs, optical chips, and cables. Most of the contents are boring, useless, and disgusting. So, you know, your typical average computer nerd. While searching one of the bottom drawers, however, a low-quality tin lockbox catches your eye. Someone has pried the latch off, leaving a ragged hole where a lock should be. The interior of the box has several sleeves for storing key cards, all of which are empty. A small note is taped to the interior of the box. Spare stockroom keys. The door is in the rear of Mrs. Yang's restaurant. Do not lose these. Use only if I'm not available to open the stockroom. Mrs. Yang's restaurant. Here, guys, this is cheap and pretty convenient. Just make sure it doesn't run out of power. Yeah, you're fucking screwed if the power goes out. But for deckers, though, if you're keeping like your deep darkest secrets on there, I could see how that would be pretty useful to have. Let's see, stockroom, huh? So who broke the lockbox to get the keys out? So maybe it was one of the elders. They had the key for the place, or probably whoever cleaned out Magpie's equipment, or a combination of both. One of the elders who also cleaned out Magpie's equipment. I'm thinking you're right. Whoever tore the latch off the box was in a hurry. Any of the elders could have cracked the mag lock without much trouble, and most regular Wampoans could too. It seems like someone who was tossing the place and wanted to get in and out as fast as possible. If someone was after Magpie's gear, her stockroom would be a gold mine. Let us see. Alright, so now we gotta find a key to Magpie's stockroom. Alright, so we're gonna search the bathroom. You search Magpie's bathroom. There's not much in here. A toothbrush, toilet paper, some hairpins, and a collection of cheap makeup. The combination bath shower unit, however, has minor flakes of a dry, reddish substance near the drain. Blood. Dried blood. Prying open the drain cover, it looks like quite a bit of it was shed as well. Uh-oh. Shit. Maybe Magpie didn't take a trip after all. With that amount of blood, I'm guessing someone killed her quietly and then drained her body in the bath to make it cleaner to relocate. Huh. That doesn't seem to match the killer's other scenes, though. I'm thinking there was a lot more going on with these murders than we were initially told. First, they don't even mention Magpie to us, and now it looks like she's been killed. Something's not right here, Zilly. Let's not mention this to the elders. If they're hiding anything, they may start cleaning up their tracks better. Yeah, I agree those elders are not innocent little fucking snowflakes. Alright, so we've checked everything here. Yeah, we checked that. Where to? Let's see if there's anything. Ooh. Let's see what this guy's got. An opposing troll stands in front of a stall, overflowing with weapons of all sorts. Pistols, rifles, and even brass knuckles overflow onto the rug around him. Oh there, you look like a woman who understands the value of self-defense. Breaker Hoy, at your service. I can promise you I can help you defend yourself. Show me what you have. Ooh, yay! Alright, so we got a gun. Ooh, we got lots of guns. Oh, I only have like... a wee bit of money. I should get something better. Hold on. Let me take a look at my shit. Here we go. Alright. It's damage 12. I can't change out her gear. Nor can I... well, I can add a weapon. So he's got 10. And a blank spot. And she's an 8. So we can fill up 2 more of her slots. Alright. So, wow, that's expensive. Nothing really sticks out there. Alright, let's see if he has any info. Let's see. Know anything about the murders? Just that the elders have been getting hacked apart. I've tried to stay away from it all. No sense painting the crosshairs on my own forehead. What about Magpie? Never met her. She ran with Deckers. You should ask Zippy. Alright, aside from Tong, who sings the BTLEs. Oh, yay. The Red Spirit Gang. They run up in here sometimes, but don't cause any trouble. Check out the parking garage south of here, though. They usually hole up in there. Funny thing, I heard there was a shootout with some Hong Kong police in the garage a month ago. I was away in Beijing at the time, so I didn't see it directly, but everyone was talking about it when I got back. Why is that funny? A wee bit of money? Did you get it from the bathroom? Yes, I found it from those tiny-ass bathrooms. Because we don't let the HKPF in here. Most times we shoot them if they try. Every time they come in here, it's bad for us because they're always looking for a scapegoat. Why would the elders let them in? Nobody knows. Interesting. Let's see what this guy has. Alright. Let's see. Can you believe this? They got 4 bootlegs of Echelon 60, the unreleased Enoch, Ian Keys, double chip, blah blah blah. Anyways. We're gonna skip through all this. This guy's a music buff. He's a decker, technologist, music fan. Alright, I'm from UCAS. Alright, so we are trying to figure out who's been killing the elders. Oh, that's a nasty business. I heard Tong died tonight. I don't know who or what they pissed off, but it seems like a really bad scene. I'm trying to keep my nose out of it. Still, I like this place. Is there anything I can do to help? Magpie shop is missing a lot of gear. In Wampoa Garden? No way. Most people are too shit scared of Magpie to pull that, and I definitely recognized anything of hers. She watermarked every program and engraved every chip. Wanted people to know where the good stuff came from. There's not a lot of places to hide that kind of gear around here. We're all packed pretty tight, and this place gossips like a mahjong parlor at tea time. If I were you, I'd ask any outsider types you could find if they've heard something. Nobody local would risk bringing Magpie's ire down on them or the rest of the Wampoans. We might cheat other people, but we don't steal from each other. So you are piss poor. I am piss poor. Pissy and poory. Alright, let's go talk to this sharp, snazzy dressed looking guy. This dumpy looking man is busily hawking a variety of grilled, spherical treats of various sizes, so he's stuffing his face. Interest you in some dango? Takoyaki? Maybe a nice nukuman? That's a pork bun with a Japanese twist. I don't even want to know what kind of twist. Any kind of Japanese treat you can imagine, I've got it. Maybe some curry fish balls are your speed? Yay! I bought something. Alright, so the snack has both a sweet and salty flavor, reminiscent of sesame seeds and soy. Oh, I guess I bought some balls. The balls inside are pleasantly warm and surprisingly chewy, and a bit like eating raw dough, but without the attendant chalky taste. Those delicious, delicious balls. So what brings you to the garden, my friend? Looking into killing the elders. I've been hearing a lot about that. Haven't looked too closely though. It's just none of my business, you know. What's with all the trid screens? You like them? I love trid operas. Chinese, Korean, Japanese, Indonesian, it doesn't matter. This way I can watch all of my favorite shows without missing a beat, and I can work at the same time. Pirated trid is my other business. I rip the streams in the Matrix, tap right into the corporate feeds, and resell them on chip out here. I wish I could pay the bills, but my food cart's a lot better at that. I don't know why, but most of the other Wampoans don't or seem to like sim over trid. Alright, we're gonna ask him something else. Nah, nothing really exciting. Alright, let's go to the parking garage. To the parking garage. Oh, there's another person over here. We'll get to them later. Alrighty. That's not flashing up on me, so... Oh boy. That's far enough, lady. The woman hefts her weapon, tossing a nod toward the gangers behind her. This lot's our turf. If you're looking for a fix, you're welcome to trade. If you're not here for business, clear the hell out. You tried to wander around on our turf, and we're gonna have to air you out. Some of those BTLs. Yeah, so what? Why do you care? Must have gotten them recently. How'd you know Tong was dead? So if you stole those from Tong, maybe you saw something. Blah blah. I guess that's fair. Yay! No fighting! I don't want to die. I don't want to die. It's like this. Broken Thumb Ying was walking down the street and sees this guy going to Tong's joint right at closing time. Tall guy, hunched over. had the shitty grain rain poncho draped over him. Now Yen figured this was weird as hell, so he posts up and waits. He figures the guy will come out soon because Tong's closing up shop. Nothing for 15 whole minutes. Guy comes out, hustles down the street with nobody saying boo. I figured he was waiting for an ebb in the crowds. Yen sees some blood smeared on the door though, so he goes to check it out. Inside, total carnage. But you know what? Tong's not going to be using his gear anymore, so to hell with it. Yang jacks the lot of it. That's pretty cold. So sleeping in the street or going hungry or selling BTLs. It's the life we got and that's the way it is. Anything you... let's see. What happened in the fight here? As far as I know, some police showed up looking for somebody. They got in here. All of them got killed. Whoever they were after was long gone by the time we showed up. Used to be a lot of Wumpoans living here. They all cleared out, muttering about ghosts and shit like that. So they haven't heard anything else about the murders, so we have to get a key for the store and drains and find out... Oh, no, we completed that. Something was moving down there. Oh. Okay, so there's something going on in the storm drain. So... who else might have a key to the storm drain? There's a guy named Porter Lamb who's got keys to pretty much everything. That's the dude that let us in to Tong's shop. Alright, so can we look around? Guess not. Alright, so, and I don't want to die, so we are just gonna backtrack our happy little asses to Porter Lamb and get the fucking key. Do 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 do. Let's see what this person is. Let's see, tired dude. Let me guess, you're the freelancers of the elders are paying to look into the murders around here. How'd you know? Call me Demergo. I'm not one of the Wumpoans. I've been here long enough that they don't think twice about me being here. So what have you found so far? Awfully curious for a random guy. Professional curiosity. I used to be with the New York Police Department as part of their Thaumaturgical Research Division. Part of the CSI branch, except I did the magical investigation while the other guys pulled prints and checked blood samples. So, you know, this is where thaumaturges go after they've retired to help solve crimes. When I hear about shit like this happening, I keep my ear to the ground. Old habits, you know. So why aren't you investigating it? Elder NG asked me to look into the killings after the first murder. She couldn't afford my fee though, so I took a pass. It's not just the money either. You see that stuff day after day, you pay a price. It eats away at you. You know what it's like to feel all the sickness and anger every day, to be asked to pick up a murder weapon and relive somebody's death? Feel it going into your neck, pleading in the voice of a dead woman for a killer to spare you? These days, I'd rather interrogate the living things. All things considered, that could be useful. Sure, if you're appraising antiques or trying to find where a lost cat went, but turning that on murder scenes is an invitation to horrors beyond imagining. I can read objects. It's called psychometry, a little trick I managed to pick up. Don't really know how. I hold something. I can tell you what happened to it, who owned it, how it killed someone, if someone loved it or was afraid of it. Useful, but it'll tax your heart. And before you ask, no, I'm not going to read anything you find. I already told NG I don't want any part of this. You want advice? I'll give you that. I'm not getting drawn in further than that. Well, then, let's see. Tong wasn't afraid when he died. He was caught by surprise. That's not what I would have expected. With the amount of mess at each scene, the victim should have left behind a hell of a lot of fear and pain. Are you sure? Very sure. He died tonight, so the astral signature hasn't had time to fade. Then it sounds like this wasn't a crime of passion. A planned attack would have that kind of resonance. In my experience, it's possible the gore show is to throw off anyone looking for the actual reason. If I want to kill someone and get away with it, I try to point the finger at some kind of monster. So the mess isn't incidental. Ask yourself this: if the mutilation happened after Tong's death, why would a killer perform that kind of ritual? Serial killers who engage in that kind of ritual don't feel perfunctory about it, in my experience. It tends to feel more like they're taking communion. It's a religious or sexual feeling most of the time. If this didn't feel that way, I don't think the killer is actually pathological. Interesting. So, where are we supposed to go now? Let's see. Oh, right. That one dude. Where the fuck was he? Here we go. This guy. No, I don't want to go back in the fucking building. There we go. Get the key. Alright. So now we've got the key to the storm drain. We told them we're going to follow up with their murder. And this is where we go to die. No, look, body parts. The disgusting pile of stinking human remains smells strongly of blood and the first stages of decay. The arms, legs, and organs here are heaped together like stacked firewood, leaking blood and gore across the floor. The parts contained therein appear to have been sliced away from the parent body rather than torn or bitten. Judging by the clean edges on the cuts, the blade used to sever these parts was extremely sharp. I think I'm going to save now. This is a whole world of messed up zilly. You think the killer stashed these here? They're stacked. They've been organized. This is our killer, all right. Looking closer at the pile, one part stands out. It's a severed forearm, and it's covered in tattoos. Words in a Slavic language and a shining lighthouse adorn the forearm, and ring-like images are inked on each finger. On the back of the hand, there's a skull inside a square. Whoever owned this arm isn't likely to be Wampoan, as the tattoos look like they were poorly drawn and inked by hand, rather than a machine. Most likely Russian criminal tattoos. Yeah, we're gonna save now. We are going to save. Save game. Save. Save. Okay, let's go look at the storm drain. If Porter attacks someone, does he use his patented lamb chop? Oh my god. Despite the darkness, you see something glitter at the edge of the drain. Looking closer, it appears to be a necklace chain of some kind. It's become caught in the storm's grate, narrowly avoiding falling down the pit. Well, let's take it. It's a simple silver pendant on a chain. The silver pendant depicts a long-tailed bird in flight, a magpie. Oh my goodness. Do you think this could have been her necklace? I don't see anything else in here. Light would be nice. Here we go. Uh-oh. As you round the corner, you hear voices speaking just loudly enough for you to make out coherent sentences. The speakers are definitely not local. They speak with a slight Slavic accent, and their clothing is heavily armored. Around them are a few number of crates and boxes, all mostly filled. It looks like the group is packing up. Yaroslav says the boat will be ready tomorrow morning. He's gotten everything arranged with the port authority. We move the goods to his warehouse. He'll handle loading them onto the ship, and we can get paid right then and there. I'll be glad to be done with this filthy place. I will too. I hate having to hide in these damn drains. It stinks down here. I can hear the devil rats running down the walkways. It's a mess, and it's disgraceful. We shouldn't have to put up with this bullshit. And Alexander still isn't back from his little trip. We'll have to leave him behind if he doesn't get back soon. I know, Galena. Until Audrey says we're in the clear from the triads, we can't be seen with the goods on the street. They find us, we go back to Vlad's whatever and sausage casings. Those Red Dragon Mudaki don't screw around when it comes to protecting their turf. Who knows, maybe Alexander was stupid and they caught him. Either way, we'll have to lug this crap through the drains for a few clicks. So these people can be the ones that stole all of Magpie's stuff. Several boxes near the two women bear a distinctive label, a magpie and flight. The same emblem you saw stamped on Magpie's equipment in her shop. Yeah, they took her shit. The orc woman sniffs the air suspiciously, and her eyes dart toward the dark tunnel you stand in. Before you have a chance to get out of sight, she locks her eyes with you. Oh no! What have we here? A curious little pest come looking for things that don't concern her? What do we do with pests, Galena? Oh noes! We break them, and then we hammer a spike through each of their throats so anyone who sees their bodies does not to meddle in our affairs. I just you stay where you are, pest. No. Let's see. The Wampoan elders know I'm down here. You start a fight, you're going to have every drone and cyber junkie on these streets crawling up your ass. Some of the cockiness goes out of the Russian woman's eyes. She sifts back and forth nervously. Shooting a glance at the orc. Finally, she lifts her shotgun, sighting along the barrel. You think we're afraid of those little worms? Do you think we're afraid of you? Don't make me laugh. We could be out here before they ever realized you're missing. You think those... Oh, man. You think those crazy chipheads will give a shit about what happens down here? I don't think so. Duncan sneers at them, spitting on the ground. Make a move, shithead. Give me a reason to put you down. You thugs think you're so hard. I kill trash like you every damn day. Holy fuck. I don't want to die. Oh no, you looked at each other and now you must Pokemon battle. I know, right? Gotta throw those Pokeballs at him. I don't want to fight. I don't care what you're doing down here or what you stole. I just want to find that person. Oh, God. Oh, but they took Magpie's things. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't want to die. You know, honestly, no matter how this is going to go down, I just know that it's going to end in a fight. Oh. I want to know how... Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 people at least. Okay. Let's see. What makes you think you have a choice? Well, let's use our strength. You think I'm scared of you? If you aren't, you're an even bigger idiot than you seem. In a word, yes. Shit. Yes! Alright, I have a job to do. This is incidental. Woohoo! What do you want from us? You took Magpie's key cards. Yes, we did. Yay. We got them. Woo! Dodged a bullet there. Alexander took one earlier. He said he wanted to sweep the stockroom, see if there was anything else worth stealing. Here, we don't have time for this. We have to move. This gear. You want to play detective? Go right ahead. Yes! Yes! We avoided bloodshed for another day. Woohoo! Alright, let's see what else they say. Alright, tell me about the murders. You think we get a lot? I wouldn't have even known there were murders if I hadn't bothered to come out to get some soy cough last week. It's none of our business. It isn't our problem. I like it that way. Fine. Be that way. No duels this time. Yeah. Alright, so now we gotta go over here. We didn't have to do well. We didn't have to do well. Yeah. Damn, it's dark in here. You know, with all those neon signs on the outside, you'd think they'd fucking put some lights on the inside. Jesus Christ. Food! Nom 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 nom. Alright, despite the table's crude construction and artfully laid meals awaits the owner. Bleh. Several small dishes are filled with pickled vegetables, while a larger plate is arranged with long slices of raw meat. The meat is a pale pinkish white, like raw pork, and is covered in a light soy marinade. Poking at the raw meat, you discover that it's surprisingly tender. What's more, as the faint aroma of marinade as if deliberately prepared. Eat some! The flesh is a little tougher than you would expect, but surprisingly flavorful. There's no bitterness or gristle to it, and in a few moments you finish the small piece, and it leaves only the barest hint of an aftertaste in your mouth. Gobet watches you eat, her mouth slowly falling open. Alright, Zilly, I know I love food, but you take it to a whole new level. I mean, we walked into a basement stockroom, which is obviously inhabited by someone. What's the first thing you do? Steal their dinner. That's just cold. No, no. I took us. How is taking a small bite stealing their dinner? Really? Jesus. Mementos. This box is packed full of odds and ends. It nearly overflows with a collection of knickknacks, souvenirs, and assorted personal effects. There is no rhyme or reason to the collection of items. They appear to have been thrown at haphazardly. Among the contents are charms from various temples, a wooden mask, and a paper fan. Let's see. The wooden mask is extremely light. It's been painted a pale white, and the surface is almost as smooth as porcelain. Delicate features and lifted eyebrows are matched with bright red lips and delicately carved teeth, which have been stained in deep black. The charms are square cloth packets, each approximately 1 inch wide and 3 inches tall. They come in a variety of bright colors and are embroidered with characters for prosperity, peace, wealth, and protection. Inside, each appears to be a folded paper prayer or fortune written in Japanese. And the fan. Unfolding the fan, you tilt it upward toward the light to examine it. The image depicts an East Asian city from the 19th century or earlier. Carved roofs at sunset beside a deep blue river. 2 ships sail down the river, which is in turn spanned by a long wooden bridge. In the foreground, laborers carrying buckets along the shore as a man on horseback rides in the opposite direction. In the distance, a pair of large red buildings dominate the city skyline, 1 large temple hall, and a 5-tiered pagoda. You step away from the box. You hear a slight click in the distance, the sound of a door's latch shutting. You are no longer alone in the stockroom. Fuck me. Standing before you is a man clad in heavy armor and bearing a katana on his hip. His skin is an ashen gray, his eyes dead white, his teeth are jagged and appear quite sharp. This is no man. This is a ghoul. There are ghouls in Shadowrun? Are you kidding me right now? The ghoul's blind eyes search back and forth as it regards you. It cannot see you, but you have a sense that it knows exactly where you are at all times. And it speaks. Ah, a hired gun, no doubt brought to bear against me by the Wampoan elders, a means by which they can lift the curse plaguing them. I salute your tenacity, but I wonder, will you hear me out before raising your weapon to kill me? You're a ghoul, and you're talking. Yes, I am not only talking, I am reasoning as well, and since you have not attempted to kill me, your own higher faculties are engaged. I am a curiosity to you. The ghoul bares his teeth, breath rasping over them as he inhales. You wish to know not only what I am, but what I have done. As for who, you may call me Gaichu. You're the one killing the elders. You are correct. So, we found our killer. Yay. Hopefully, we don't have to fight him. I don't want to die. I have killed all the Wampoan elders to date, though only Magpie was according to my initial plan. I regret the deaths of the other elders, but it was necessary. Alright, so please explain yourself. It's like a zombie wanting to pick your brain, but with words, not with your teeth. Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't eat us. This affair began simply enough. As you may surmise, I am not someone who could be seen in public without great risk. Wampoa Garden is an excellent place to hide. No police or triad presence, and minimal interest in things that lurk in the shadows. Unfortunately for me, Elder NG discovered me through communion with her spirits. Rather than kill or chase me away, she came to me with a proposition. Just don't give him a reason to chew you out. No kidding. And I knew that stupid elder was behind all of this. What a bitch. NG and the other elders were having problems with one of their number. An elder named Magpie had been holding many of their plans hostage and would not budge. They could not remove Magpie, however, because her services were too useful to the Wampoans at large. NG offered me payment to dispose of Magpie, and I accepted. Wu shoots you a sidelong glance, tucks bared as he grit his jaw. Why the hell are we talking to this thing, Zilly? It's a goddamn ghoul, and you know what they're like. But he's giving us info. Come on. Really, what, pray tell, am I like? All teeth and claws and bad manners, I expect? Gaichu's tone is amused despite the harshness of his rasping voice. Really? You want to crack jokes, you cannibal? Wu takes an involuntary step forward, raising his rifle. You're the kind of monster that devour a family just because it's convenient. Remember the 162 Zilly? He's just like them. The 162s were a gang Wu and the Barons. Seriously. Like that makes a bit of difference. Go on then. Talk to the monster, but I'm keeping my finger on the goddamn trigger. I believe that we were speaking of the Elder's plans to have me kill Magpie. Surely must be a little curious about that. You didn't clean up all of her blood. I found some in her drain. Ah, unfortunate. I thought I was careful enough. Having it on my hands must have obscured my sense of smell enough that I missed the last remnants in the drain. I disposed of Magpie's body by emptying the blood in her bathroom. Then I cut her up into more portable pieces. These were placed in a plastic tarp, which I took to the storm drains and hid. It's unfortunate, but my survival depends upon consumption of raw, metahuman flesh. Letting such nourishment go to waste would be such a foolish error. But why kill the elders then? I contacted the elders, not in person of course, and they arranged to exchange payment. I assumed that since the job was done, NG would be a woman of her word. I was mistaken. I arrived at the nearby parking garage the elders had told me about. They cleared out the other Wampoans under some pretense, though I'm not sure what ruse they used. The elders never showed up. Instead, several members of the Hong Kong police force arrived. They were more heavily armed than usual, so I suspect they knew something of my nature. Huh. So, the elders, instead of paying him, just set him up to be killed by the police. I heard about the fight. You expect me to believe you took on a police squad and won? Well, I kinda believe it. Of course. I have survived as a ghoul for some years now on the streets of Hong Kong. If that isn't evidence enough of my tenacity, I doubt my words, or doubt any words I could say to you will change your mind. A betrayal of that sort cannot stand. Not only was I not paid for my time and effort, the Wampoan elders treat me like a common animal, and I am so much more than that. Reputation is everything, and I had none. I had hoped to build a network of contacts so I would be able to continue finding work, but with that treachery, my hopes were dashed. I decided to become the monster that they feared. So they hired him to kill Magpie. He killed Magpie. He went to collect payment for killing Magpie. And then the bitch was like, oh no, I'm not going to pay you. I'm just going to set you up with the police and they're going to kill you for us. Yay! So yeah. So this was their own fucking doing. They deserve it. One by one, I have eliminated them. They know how to contact me, and could have ended their nightmare at any time by making amends. I would have asked for more money, but I would have ceased my hunt, yet they did not. Instead, they contacted you, no doubt asking you to eliminate me where the police had failed. So I ask you, what now? What will you do? Will you attempt to finish what the Wampoan started, or will you treat me with the same humanity I have shown you? I have made my decision. And let's have him work with us. A curious offer. What are the elders? Will you allow me the satisfaction of killing them? Yeah, go ahead. Kill them. They deserve it. I never liked him anyway. Excellent. This is a better resolution than I could have hoped for. Let us wait until a bit later in the night. Most pedestrians will be off the street and it will be easier for us to approach the Wampo without being noticed. Sounds like a plan. Yes! So... alright. Let us go. We're gonna go give those elders the what with the ghoul. Kind of exciting. I mean, seriously, you hire someone to go kill someone, and then you fucking pay them for their services. I mean, it's just 101. Common sense. You hire someone to do something, you pay them for said thing. As you approach, Elder NG's eyes widen. Her mouth falls open, and the veins on her neck bulge. What are you doing? You brought this thing into our home? Quick, kill it before it kills us. Porter hefts his pistol warily, but does not aim it at anyone. Yeah, I have to say, this isn't a good idea. Why the hell is a ghoul in here, or why is it wearing armor? Calm yourselves. I am not it, and your elders know this intimately. Gaichu bares his teeth in a rictus grin as he turns to face NG. Good evening. Elder NG, I can smell your fear, and I'm glad of this. It means you are learning the price of betrayal. Whoa, what the hell is going on here? Can someone explain to me why the ghoul is talking? The elders have been lying to the rest of the Wampoans. We would never lie to the Wampoans. Our role is to protect this community, not lie to it. What proof do you have to back up your claims? Porter nods at the elders, looking back to you with a wary expression. I'm interested to hear what kind of evidence you have to support this theory, Zilly. As far as I can tell, this monster killed Tong and the others, and that makes him a threat that should be eliminated. The elders hire Gaichu to kill Elder Magpie and make it look like she disappeared. You believe this vermin? This creature that feasts on metahuman flesh, that kills and dismembers our tribesmen? You are a naive and foolish woman, if that's the case. What proof do you have that Magpie is dead? NG, please. In matters where an elder is accused of breaking our law, the other elders generally judge them. In matters of all of them... In matters where all of them have been accused, I am authorized to act as a judge. Make your case, Shadowrunner. There was a large amount of blood in her shower drain. So what? Perhaps she cut herself and washed the cut off. Or perhaps you were mistaken about being blood. Okay, found her necklace. This is definitely Elder Magpie's. If you found it in the storm drain, that's suspicious, but hardly proof on its own. Explorers, man, now I want to play Nosferatu and Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. You know, I have that game. And funny enough, when I took the test, I ended up being a Nosferatu. But I didn't play that game for very long because either the game was making me nauseous or I just happened to get sick around the time. Maybe I'll retry about playing that one. I hear it's really good. Of course it's not proof. The number of things lost down storm drains in Hong Kong must number in the tens of thousands per year. While unusual, it's hardly evidence of foul play. That game is so good, but the combat was so bad. Really? What was the combat like? And she hasn't been seen in a month. That may be unlikely, but it's hardly impossible. You haven't established that the elders were involved. All you've done is make suppositions about it. What proof do you have that we hired and betrayed this creature? I won't sit by and listen to idle accusations without any concrete evidence to back it up. What about the fight with the Hong Kong police force? What do you mean? What has that to do with the elders and the ghoul? You Wampoans don't allow police inside the area. Why make an exception this time? The police were polite and asked for permission to enter. They were hunting a non-Wampoan. That was reason enough for us to allow them in. Porter considers this for a moment, then shakes his head. That doesn't add up, NG. Why would the police ask us for entry now? They've never been polite before, and they've always tried to force their way in here. It doesn't ring true to me. Did you ask them to come in order to hunt down this ghoul? Aha! See? Stupid NG. Preposterous! Porter, you know what our committee is like. We wouldn't lie over something like this. This school's been lying the entire time, trying to cover his tracks. He still brutally murdered several elders. Because you wouldn't fucking pay him, you little dipshit! That's true. Those murders were vicious and cruel. Porter fixes you with a hard stare. I don't see any way to explain that away. This school is a monster for how he killed Tong and the others. Tong wasn't tortured. There was no acid residue of pain or fear. He didn't even feel a blow. The scene of Tong's murder, like the others, was a deliberate sham. It was made to look more horrific than it was. I believe you. The blood smear on the walls, the removal of his skin, that's the scene designed to evoke horror, not the scene of an actual fight. Elders, what do you have to say in response? This is a farce. We have dedicated ourselves to protecting the Wampoan tribe and everyone who lives in Wampoan Garden. Do you really believe outsiders and monsters over our word? We who have only tried to end the killings, you have been duped, Porter, you and this Shadowrunner. I concur. Porter, you know me. You know the kind of person I am. I wouldn't be party to the killing of another elder. I can't believe we're even entertaining the notion that we have to defend ourselves. We should be disposing of the school instead. If you think I'll forget this, you're sorely mistaken. I will not tolerate this kind of insult. The elders were all too happy to have the red spears moved into the garage, almost like they wanted to keep anyone curious about the fight away. Magpie's gear was missing. Obviously missing. Why didn't it tell me that? He would have had to have noticed a Magpie shop is locked up. Why didn't he want me investigating? Let's go with the first one. That's right. Ip even told me not to go find out what happened with the fight. You said the Red Spear gangers were moving in and to leave them alone. Why would you tell me not to look into it? I was only trying to protect you from the Red Spears. They're dangerous, which is why I wanted to deal with them directly. Alright, well, you know, her shit was missing. Pure supposition. You think it proves something that I didn't notice equipment was missing? Magpie shop is always a horrible mess. But it was obvious her shit was missing. These people have such tap dancing fucking logic. I want to smack them myself. Tang, you did a full inventory of Magpie's matrix servers. You assured us everything was running fine and you would be able to continue her work. I find it hard to believe you missed something as obvious as missing equipment, especially while searching her stock. Alright, I think I have an idea of what's going on here. And what do you believe the real story is? The waters are muddy on this matter. The ghoul seems to be telling some of the truth, and I respect that. But the fact remains, he is a dangerous creature who's killed many of our number. Our law is clear on this. He must die. You seem to be blameless in this, Zilly. What do you say to this decision? I'm not gonna let you kill the ghoul. Then you two must die. Oh my fucking god. You would think I could do one quest without getting to... You will all die. Let me save this. Let me save. Let me save. Let me save. Alright, let's see what attacks I have. Whack. Whack-a-doodle. Aw. Whack-a-doodle. Yeah. Wow, I got so much crap. Okay. Don't want to do grenades. How the fuck do you miss? Oh, sweet. I control the little samurai guy. I'm gonna chase down this guy. God damn it. Seriously hate her attacks. Oh, shit. Alright. God damn it. I did not want to do that. I did not. What? Alright. Poison fog. Right there. Did I kill him? I think so. I might actually survive this. How do you miss from right there? Alright. She's dead. Oh, seriously. Fisticuffs. Let's see. You need help with aiming. Seriously. Yeah. That's all of them? Holy shit. I didn't die. I didn't die. I didn't die. As the elders fall to the floor, you stop and survey the carnage around you. It is accomplished. No more betrayers alive. No more worry that others may think they can take advantage of me. Lead the way. I look forward to our new business partnership. We got a friend! Woohoo! Yeah! That is so awesome. She's a liver. We got a new friend. Oh, I'm so excited. Achievement unlocked. Ronin. Huh? That's such a good movie. Whoop. Oh, it's okay, Pat. I hope you get better. Alright, we're gonna get on the train. Yep. So that's gonna be it for that. Those elders were like such pushovers. Hi, Burma Par. How are you enjoying your con? I saw your tweet about the eyelashes earlier. I thought I giggled to myself. Alright, your con leak chirps is kindly Chang. Hello, Auntie. Hello, my darling. There's a thrill in her voice that you haven't heard before. Come see me at once. I've something I want to show you. Your crew is already here. You sound excited. She lets out a cold little chuckle. Oh yes, my sweet. Yes I am. I'll see you shortly. Uh-oh. Ooh. Alright, so now we gotta go see what, where the fuck is it? Oh, okay. Let's see. Someone leveled. Oh! Awesome! We get a red samurai! Isn't that so cool? Alright. Let's see. Red samurai gain ability active defense. He gains a defensive ability that adds +2 armor and +1 dodge. Cost 1 AP and cooldown is 5. I'm assuming 5 rounds. And then he has gain ability Rip. Gaichu gains the claw ability Rip. Does an additional 2 damage and 2 bleeding damage for 2 rounds. Costs 1 AP and 2 cooldowns. Ooh. You know, I kind of want him to be the tank. So we're going to go with the active defense. And what level? Okay, he's level 3. Alright, so select advancement. So we have Red Samurai Shuriken. Gains a defensive ability. Oh, wait, that's not it. He gains a ranged ability, a quick shuriken tossed, damage 12 HP, 1 AP, max range 10, cooldown 2, or spit. Spits infected saliva into the target's face, ignores all armor, damage 8 with additional 4 damage for 2 rounds. So that's a total of 16. We're gonna go with that. Hell yeah. See anyone else leveled. Looks like he's just the only one. Awesome! That is fucking sweet. We recruited somebody. Alright, there's the damn parlor. Alright, let's go see. Oh, there's the other dude that we had to go talk to. We'll get to him later. Okay, so as you walk through the mahjong parlor, you see your crew waiting for you. Clearly uncomfortable to be so close to the triad boss, then you see why. Kindly Chen's cheeks are flushed and glowing. She's already hit the bottle pretty hard. Let's see. I did and I do. Don't be sorry, Pat. Go take care of yourself. Kindly Cheng takes out her PDA and gently places it on the table in front of her. The wiretap we placed on the police force has borne fruit. Her mouth breaks into a wolfish grin. Her eyes take on a feral gleam. She appears fueled by alcohol and vengeance, a hungry beast on the hunt. My people have delivered a snippet of a recorded video call between the plastic-faced man and Chief Inspector Crate of the Special Duties Unit. Whoa. This should be good. Should we take a seat? Unfortunately, it's only a snippet. There are some technical difficulties with the tap. She glances at Bao, who nods back at her. The person responsible has been sacked. Alright, so we're going to look at the video. Say that again. There's something wrong with this line. I said my client isn't interested in hearing more excuses, Inspector. That's what I thought you said. I'm not making excuses, mister. I have a department to run. Not for much longer. If those two Westerners aren't found, they're linked to this Raymond Black somehow, and my client wants them out of the circulation immediately. The two runners are his accomplices too, the little orc and the dwarf with the cyber deck. Gobbet looks at Isabel wide-eyed and swallows hard. Isabel winks back reassuringly. I'm aware, Inspector. Thank you. We don't know how much any of them know, and my client is adamant that the risk be mitigated immediately. Uh-oh. Great. I've already made this the SDU's highest priority. If Josephine wants more sources on it, I'm gonna need allocations from somewhere else in the department. That is a problem that can be easily dealt with. My client wants this over now. No more excuses. No more fuck-ups. No more cops. Whoops. No more cops floating in the river. Kindly Cheng smiles at that and pours herself a shot. She probably needs to put down the liquor. Tell her we're redoubling our efforts. Very good. Dead or alive, you bring them to me. My client requires my personal verification that the threat has been eliminated. Hang on, this line is getting worse. There's a sharp crackle and the recording ends. Alright, so let's see. That's the guy we saw in the surveillance footage, the one who killed Raymond Black. She leans into the PDA. That plastic face looks a lot cooler close up. Yeah, it kinda does. Kinda does look pretty cool. I think it's kinda pretty. Okay. That video doesn't tell us much. I mean, we already know that there's an APB on us. All we're sure of is now that the man with the plastic face is definitely working for someone else, this Josephine. Is that all we have, Auntie? A first name? It's not just a first name, Gabadir. It's the first name. Josephine Sang. She's the one pulling the strings. Interesting. Have we heard of this one before? That diseased, riddled dog fucker. I should have known it was her from the beginning. And she had the nerve to call down the heat on my runners on Nightjar. Oh, that scabrous fossil is going to pay. So, friend of yours? Chang makes a wet hacking noise in the back of her throat and spits on the floor. She's the CEO of Sang Mechanical Services and a member of the Hong Kong Executive Council. Josephine Dog fucking Sang. Wow. Alright, let's see. What do you think the connection is between Josephine Sang and this plastic face man? Okay, let's just cut to the chase. What's our next step? There's something we could do to touch Josephine Sang, as much as I hate to admit it. I'm wondering if she's going to be the person that we're going to have to go after for Endgame. Who knows? But the plastic face man is a different story. He's a third-party operative who's been careless, and he'll live to regret it. For a while. If Sang thinks she can take out two of my runners and get away with it, I'm going to have to explain things to her. We're going to find the plastic face man, and we are going to hurt him. We'll hurt him until we know everything he does, and then we'll use that to strike back at Josephine, saying, "You will have your vengeance, and I will have my own satisfaction. Now get out. I have work to do." Holy crap. Someone needs to lay off the bottle. Oh, great. They kicked me out and I still talk to that guy. We'll talk to that guy later. We're gonna go claim our run, and then that's gonna be it for tonight. As soon as I find where the frickin' ship is. Let's see how much money we got from that quest. Since we murdered the people who hired us, technically. Well, not technically, we kinda did. Alright, open the jobs directory, claim payment. Let's see. What did we get? I asked you to solve a problem, and your method solving it is to kill the people I was doing a favor for? I have half a mind to throw you into the goddamn bay. Oh, this is from Kylie Chang. Whoops. We got 1,000. Still, the Wampones are now afraid of me more than ever, and money's starting to flow in again. So I suppose that's something. I've attached your payment. The Wampones make explicitly clear they wouldn't have paid at all, except to ensure you never come back to the gardens. Next time, try not to fuck up the job so much. I may not be as forgiving. But we got a new friend! Aww. Any new messages? Auntie Chang and Josephine. From Gobette. Hey Seattle, I think I can add a little context to that thing between Auntie and Josephine saying, you know, the thing that makes Auntie hit the sauce and talk revenge? This, a combo of stuff I heard and stuff I put together myself, so your mileage may vary. This should be interesting. For years, the Yellow Lotus acted as tax collectors within the walled city. Since the walled city was built by Josephine Tsang and the Yellow Lotus was run by Auntie Chang, they must have had a working business relationship, for a while at least. From what Nightjar told me, he was her favorite. You got that right. Auntie was known as a real up-and-comer back then. She was on the fast track to be the next Yellow Lotus 438. That's a big deal gig, Seattle. Money and power galore. Now, you need to know that there were a lot of triads and corps doing biz in the walled city. All sorts of stuff. Sometimes they work together nicely, and sometimes people get bloody. The way that I heard it, Auntie came up with some sort of grand plan to consolidate business in the walled city. The power would be split between the Yellow Lotus and Tsang's company, and everyone else would get cut out. If her plan worked, Auntie would rise in the Lotus like nobody's business, and Josephine Tsang would make long bank. Okay, you can keep him, but you have to feed him. Well, he can eat the dead bodies of our enemies. There was a catch, though. In order for the plan to work, both women would need to jump through a lot of hoops. There'd be street-level maneuvering and power plays on Auntie's side, and blackmail and negotiations on the corporate level from Josephine Tsang. My info gets sketchy here. From what I've pieced together, Tsang went behind Auntie's back and took her plan to her boss, a 438 named Wong Long Fat. Yeah. They cut kindly out of her own plan. Why'd Tsang do that? My guess is that she saw Auntie as some sort of threat. People in the know say that Wong Long Fat is weak and greedy. She can be manipulated if her palm remains well greased. Long story short, power was consolidated in the walled city just like Auntie planned, only she didn't wind up getting any of it. Her climb up the Lotus ladder came to an abrupt halt. She's still a straw sandal, just like she was before Tsang backstabbed her. And now she's stuck in Haoi like a fly in amber. I'd be pissed too if it were me. Well, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Alright, so now we're going to go sleepies. And that is going to conclude tonight's stream. And next Saturday, we will dive deeper into everything that is going on. A stabbing pain in your stomach jolts you awake. Your entire abdomen is cramping up. Yay for not dying and getting more story. Yay! I know, I was so freaking frustrated last week when I just kept dying on that battle. So basically I go to sleep and I am reliving that damn dream over and over again. So yeah. Last week was terrible with that freaking battle. It was just plain ass terrible. And I was getting so mad. I had to go. I was getting so mad. So, so that's it for this week's stream for Shadowrun. So next week we'll continue, and it looks like we're getting further into the story. So this is taking an interesting turn. So, one more thing. I am trying to get 50 followers before January 21st so I can hit affiliate status and start, you know, doing all the fun things affiliates can do. So if you notice that there's going to be a affiliate countdown to my goal on the top right corner of the stream. So every time I stream you'll get to see my progress or non-progress, but I hope that I can get to my goal by the 21st. So, you know, if you know anyone that would possibly enjoy my streams, you know, let them know to check out my channel. I will be streaming at least 3 times a week. So I will see you guys again no later than Tuesday. And I hope you enjoyed everything. Thanks, Pat. And thank you for staying with us. Well, you are more welcome to check my stream out anytime you need to. So I will see you guys no later than Tuesday. Have a good night. Bye.